On this episode, we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of a Cristalino. It is Volcan de mi Tierra's Cristalino, right here on the Tequila Hombre. Coming up next. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we're going to be taking a look at doing a tasting review of Volcan de mi Tierra's Cristalino. Now, we're going to have a little talk about Cristalinos. You know, I did a video on Cristalinos and what they're all about earlier, and I'll post a link to that right up here so you guys can click on that and see kind of what Cristalinos are all about. But let's kind of go over a little bit more on why their Cristalinos are around and some feelings on them. So let's get into that next. All right, so Cristalinos. What are Cristalinos? Well, I did a video on Cristalinos previously, and I'll put a link to it. It's right up here. You guys can click on that and see the video that I did on Cristalinos. But just kind of summarize it a little bit. It's an añejo, or an aged expression, that has been filtered to take the color out. But with carbon filters, they use carbon filters mostly to do this. And with carbon filters, you can't control what you're taking out. So when they're filtering the color out, of course, they're going to be taking some flavor out as well, and they're going to be taking some mouthfeel out, so it's going to be thinner as well. So one of the ones that you might recognize the most, have seen around, it's one of the more popular ones, is Don Julio's 70th anniversary. It's in all the stores now. I'll put a picture of it up here. That one is very popular. A lot of people think it's a Blanco and it just tastes different for a Blanco. It's not a Blanco. It is an añejo that has been filtered. So why did they do this? Well, according to some marketing people, they said that the reason why they created this is because it originally was created for Mexico, for the Mexican market. And they said the people in Mexico like to bring stuff to parties that seem luxurious and more elite. So they filtered the color out to give it a clear color and called it a Cristalino to make it seem more elite for people in the Mexican market to have something to bring to parties to make them feel more special. And now they've leaked into the United States. So it's a marketing ploy. Añejos should be añejos, should have color. It's just like things that were previously here in the United States that were tried that failed, like Zima, or Crystal Pepsi, or Miller Clear Beer. We don't want to drink clear beer. We don't want Pepsi to be clear. And Zima, don't get me started on Zima. So why would we want to drink a clear, aged tequila? It's aged in wood. Wood's brown. It should be brown colored. Should get that coloring from the wood, and it should be perfectly fine. All right, so think about that when you go and buy or looking at a Cristalino. Why not just look at the regular añejo and get that, and get the full spectrum of flavors with nothing filtered out? It's going to have color to it, but the color is not going to hurt you. And it's going to be a lot more enjoyable than buying something that's been run through a carbon filter to make it clear for you. All right, are we on the same page? I hope so. Well, let's get into how this Cristalino is made, and then we'll go do the tasting and we'll see what it's all about. All right, the Volcan de mi Tierra Cristalino is made at NOM 1523, which is Agrotequilera de Jalisco. It is located in Huaxtla, Jalisco. The master distiller is Ana Marie Romero Mena. And, well, she basically threw the kitchen sink at this tequila when she was making it. So she's Weber Blue Agave from both the highlands and the lowlands. All right. They used an autoclave on some of it and the stone brick ovens on some, and They used a roller mill on some of the agave and a tahona on some of the agave, and then they blended it together. And then they put it in stainless steel tank and fermented it with champagne yeast. And then after it is done fermenting, it is then 2 times distilled in a copper pot still. And then for aging, they aged it in French oak, used whiskey barrels and cognac barrels, and blended it together. And then afterwards, they filter it to take the color out. Now, what Anna Maria, is she didn't filter it as much as some of the other brands, like the Don Julio 70th, and she limited the amount of contact that the tequila had with the carbon, so it didn't strip all the color out. And you'll see when I do the pour, it still has a little bit of a light brown color to it. So this way, supposedly, it's not going to take a lot of the flavoring out as well. So she kind of did it through testing and stuff a little differently, and we'll see if it makes a difference in the flavor profile of it. The lowest price I found this for online is for $54.99. All right, let's go up and take a look at the pour and do the tasting and see what this tequila is all about. All right, going up to our pour cam, I'm using the newer Denver and Liley glasses. I really like these glasses. I'm really starting to enjoy these glasses, and the aromas and the flavors that I get from it, and how the agave spirits, both mezcal and tequila, really open up in these glasses. I'm really enjoying these. And so as you can see here, I'm going to put a piece of white paper behind this bottle so you guys can see how it has kind of a more of a lighter straw. Can you see that? A lighter straw color. See how it's a little light brown color tint to it still. So we'll go ahead and pour this in the glass and take a look at it in the glass as well and see if we can see some of the light brown color to it. All right, so there we go. Let's go up and take a look at it and do our tasting. All right, so taking a look at it in the glass, as you can see, it does have some tears coming down, some legs. So it's going to have a nice viscosity to it. And looking at the tequila, I don't know if it's showing up in the camera very well, but it does have a light, very light straw tint to it. It's crystal clear otherwise. All right, so it looks okay. I mean, it's an añejo, so it doesn't look right. Let's just say that. All right, so let's see what we get on the nose. All right, so I'm getting the baking spices from the cooked agave, so it's got that cinnamon in there. A little bit of like a nutmeg and clove mixed in. I'm getting a hint of vanilla. Yeah, a little vanilla's there. And picking up a hint of caramel coming through on it. So it's got some of the barrel aging nose in there. I'm not picking up any wood, any oakiness though. So let's see what we get on the flavor profile. It's got a nice oily viscosity on the mouthfeel. Definitely picking up some of the baking spices, the cinnamon and clove and stuff from the cooked agave. A little hint of bitterness in the middle of it. And then I'm picking up just a hint of vanilla and a little hint of caramel at the end. Not a lot of barrel influence at all on this. I'm not getting any oakiness in it that I like to kind of balance things out. It's just not there. So let's try it again here. Yep. Cinnamony baking spices. Kind of a nice bitterness from the agave, which is normal on some of them. Has that bitterness that kind of follows through on it. Slight vanilla. Very light hint of caramel on the end. And that's it. Nothing to it. Okay, so the big questions. Would I buy this again? No. Leave it on the shelf. Wouldn't buy it. No need for it. I'd rather, for the same amount of money, I could buy some really nice añejos that give me a lot more flavor to it than this. I'd rate this one 2 agaves. First 2 agave one I've done, I think. I think that's the first. I might have done one more. 2 agaves, leave it on the shelf, don't mess with it. All right, so now the fun part for the comments. Comment below and give me a good reason there should be Cristalino tequilas available. Let's have a conversation about this. Why should we have filtered añejos? Go. If you've tried the Volcan de mi Tierra before, I'd love to hear how our tastings matched up. Did we sync up right? What do you think? Don't forget to give me a like give the thumbs up, a like for the information I shared. And don't forget to subscribe so when we release new videos, you can hear about it. Click the little bell button there next to the subscribe. So as soon as we release them, you'll get notifications and you can check out the videos and see what we got for you. And don't forget, when you subscribe and when you like and you comment on the videos, you increase your chances of winning one of the great prizes we're giving away. And we're getting really close to giving away another prize. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you click the like button on the videos, and make sure you comment, and you increase your chances. And until next time, since I always say it, we're going to leave this one on the shelf, and we'll go for something like this instead. Life is too short to drink bad tequila. Salud.